Hey guys, welcome to another video. In today's video I wanted to talk about the Conan Exiles dev blog and the reveal of the next chapter coming to the game on June 22nd. This wasn't at all what people were expecting, and to be honest, it looks awesome. So let's just get into it. So on the 22nd of June, the Age of Sorcery will come to an end and the next age will begin, the Age of War. This age will cover a very interesting new storyline, one that will usher in huge changes to almost every aspect of PvE combat. This is because all of the elements of the Age of Sorcery have drawn the attention of an ancient and powerful empire, and the invasion is near. In the Age of War, we will experience the invasion of the exiled lands by the Stygians. During the announcement dev blog, they didn't show us a whole lot, but we did get a rough outline roadmap and some details on what to expect. With this age will come updates to combat, clan alliances, clan emblems, combat and weapon changes including changes to the stamina system and legendaries, a major revamp to the purge, and all new PvE siege gameplay. The chapters this time will build upon each other, and unlike the last age, they have outlined what we can expect in each. Chapter 1 is where they give us the most information for now. This chapter will center around collection and building, preparing for the invasion and encountering initial scouts. This chapter will include clan hordes. Players will be able to collect, store, and display treasures from around the world that we'll be able to find and collect. These treasures will be collected from various sources, from locations around the map and from enemies. When you collect one of these treasures, enemies will attack you and try to prevent you from getting it home. While carrying it, to add to the excitement and difficulty, you will be greatly slowed, unable to jump, draw your weapon, or take fall damage. If you do any of these, you will drop the treasure. If you manage to get it home though, you will then store it and display it. You can then not only admire it and show it off, but your scribe will keep track of the value of your coffers. This will then lead into Chapter 2. So be sure to collect as much as possible in Chapter 1. This is because the treasure you collect in Chapter 1 will have a huge impact when Chapter 2 starts, and with it, a major rewrite to the purge mechanics. You see, Chapter 2 will change PvE almost completely, making the gameplay more warlike and aggressive. Instead of you hunting NPCs, they will now hunt you. And instead of the current purge system, the new purge will operate in an opt-in system, where its difficulty will be based on the value of the treasure you have accumulated in Chapter 1. Enemies will begin by setting up bases near your base, the base where you have stored your hoard, and the enemy NPCs will target and try to breach your treasure room to take away your treasure. You'll then be able to spend the value of your treasure to buy reinforcements for your base, and these reinforcements will then make you eligible for higher tiers of purges based on the upgrades. So basically, the more money you have, the better purchases you can get. So then, the more challenging the purges you can take part in. Then finally, in Chapter 3 we will see the tables turn. We will have assessed the danger and had time to prepare. So now we will become the aggressor and begin our advance on attacking the enemies who have haunted us over the past 2 chapters. This will be of course very interesting, because with this we will be able to hunt for their bases and lay siege to them. A completely new mechanic to Conan Exiles in PvE. Beyond that, we know very little other than what we will be getting in Chapter 1. In Chapter 1, players will be able to design, customize, and display clan emblems. These can be displayed around your base, on your armor, or even on your saddles. This is very cool, allowing other players to be able to recognize who you are from a distance. Now, I would like to point out, unlike in Ark and some other survival games, these emblems will be designed using in-game art. So you won't be able to upload inappropriate pictures or memes to be used as emblems. Sorry guys. Chapter 1 also brings an overhaul to the combat mechanics, the stamina usage, and a substantial change to weapons. And although we don't know exactly what that means, the devs did say the combat changes aim to empower players and reduce our reliance on fighter thralls, no longer having them play the game for us. Some of the changes that were very obvious were stamina for attacks and jumps have been greatly increased, but our stamina regeneration is faster and will begin immediately when we stop, and players will be rewarded for putting points in grit and choosing lighter weapons and equipment. These changes also include a ton of changes to the enemy NPCs also. Enemies have been rebalanced with much lower hit points, but much higher damage. This is meant to make each encounter feel more significant and epic. With this, they've added a bunch of new champion enemies to the map, so that will be interesting, I'm sure. It's been some time since we've seen any new world bosses. They have also readjusted enemy aggro range. This way we can now navigate through enemy NPC towns without aggroing the whole map by accident while fighting. With this new chapter, we will of course be seeing a ton of new stuff in the bazaar. A new reward season track for each chapter, a bunch of new freebies, so all of that will also be amazing. Chapter 1 will be playable on the public beta from the 23rd of May and then hit live on the game on June 22nd, so at least we'll be able to give all this stuff a try right away. And just to let everyone know, I will as always be running the Community Exiled Lands server with this new chapter, and everyone is welcome to join. I will once again be hosting it in partnership with GPORTAL, because I've always used them for my private servers really, but also because they have partnered with me to ensure my community gets the most stable and fastest servers possible to play on. And if you plan to host your own server, please feel free to use my affiliate link in the description. This will not only save you money, but also support the channel. Anyway guys, this new age looks pretty exciting. My only disappointment is that they called it the Age of War, but it has zero PvP content. So, I am thinking this is a big step towards Conan Exiles being a full PvE title. So let's hope they deliver on that content and story. And as always guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.